Hey guys, Anfield here. Welcome back to a new video. Today's video is just going to give you guys sort of an update on where I'm at with games, what I'd like to do streaming wise and on the channel. And so we should probably start off by talking about the Jae Kim in the room. So yeah, let's talk about BDO. So I have already talked about this a little bit in my Ranger video, so it does need talking about again, but I at least, if you want a much more in-depth idea, you can look at like the state of BDO video I made and then also the follow-up, which is when Ranger was changed fundamentally. So I am frustrated overall with the game. I just don't think there's content for a player like myself anymore. And it's totally fine, again, that, if you're a player that really enjoys BDO still. I just really don't want to play a game where the only thing I'm doing is grinding in circles to see a number go up for no real reason. I don't think there's any satisfaction in the game PvE wise. They have made improvements to the Black Shrine. I just think it's far too little too late. And without the PvP soul of the game, I'm just really not that interested. And again, it's fine if like you hate PvP, but the game did start off very heavily PvP and is sort of, that's been watered down a lot over the years to the state that it is now, and that's just not fun for me. And I think that's fine for me to be able to say that, and for other people to feel differently. That's okay. It's just, I miss the sort of open world PvP, the GVGs we used to have, and how Node Wars felt. Now everything is very, stripped down to just be capped, and I don't think gearing looks good either. So yeah, it's just not something right now I'm that interested in playing. There is a Heidel Ball coming up very soon, and I will watch. I'm not sure if I'll watch live. If I might just watch highlights and see what's being announced. I mean, the problem is with Heidel Balls, it's like, even if it's good stuff, it may not necessarily make it into the game. The amount of things they promised never made it to the game. We'll see. Any new region I'll definitely check out. So there's that. I mean, in terms of like quitting, I haven't quit, but like, I'm on hiatus for sure, and I think that I'm waiting for content that may grab my attention. I've always enjoyed exploring the game world because I think aesthetically the game looks really nice. It's just a shame that it's not backed up by content. That's sort of how I feel now that the PvP element of the open world is gone. So that's how I feel. So yeah, anyway, that's BDO. So I never say never, but that's where I'm at with the game right now. So we'll move on. If you have been paying attention, you might have seen I've been playing quite a bit of WoW when I have been streaming. That's because I've been playing Classic World of Warcraft since 2019 when it relaunched, and I had the best time. It was so good. So I have been enjoying it since then. It's a totally different type of game to a modern World of Warcraft looks like. So yeah, I was playing Season of Discovery, but that's basically over now. So yeah, well, I mean, Season of Discovery being over means that I'm looking at other versions of WoW anyway. So we'll move into that now. I am playing another version of Classic, the Anniversary servers. I don't really want to play vanilla as it is that much, but it's more that I do want to play TBC. When TBC launched after Classic 2019, I didn't play it. Really, I didn't have a guild at the time, so it was like I didn't really get into it like I did with Classic, and I really enjoyed Classic, and I really regret not putting more time into TBC. So I am leveling a character on Classic just to be ready for that. I doubt I'll raid, but I wouldn't rule it out. I really do like Naxx. It's just like, the problem is, like, what would be the investment to get a character that could get into a guild to Naxx? I'd have to do the other raids that I don't like so much. So yeah, TBC definitely is a thing. TBC prepping, you might see that on the stream. The other thing is MOP. So Mists of Pandaria, yeah, I might play that. I don't see why not. You get a free level 80 boost, or 85 boost, I think, for killing the last boss in Scarlet Enclave and Scene of Discovery, which I've done. I might just level the character anyway. That's kind of close. So yeah, MOP, when that releases, probably interested. I don't think I'll play it loads, but I think I would give it a shot. But yeah, we'll see where we're at with that. And then the other thing is retail WoW. I have been playing a bit of retail WoW. Long process to learn it. So I have actually played retail WoW since Warlords of Draenor. I don't even remember how long ago that is. It's when I first tried retail World of Warcraft. But I've never really played WoW like endgame. I've only really played retail WoW in the sense that I log in, look up how to farm a mount or something and then go farm that mount. That's why I always railed against BDO for not having more of this kind of content, because I think like unlocking achievements and getting costumes and things and mounts and stuff, people love that in games. Like, it's an entire game within the game. So while BDO was suffering, in my point of view, PvP wise, I could have at least had that to do, and I tried to make it work with the mansion content, which I did enjoy. Retail WoW is getting housing content that looks amazing in its next expansion. I just think for some reason they just don't do it. Like Orzeka was super successful and they just never capitalized on that. The dream horses, mythical horses, they end up giving away, but why are there no like skins to unlock for those horses? Anyway, I could rant all day about BDO and the fact that they ignore what people love in MMOs, and like acquiring and stuff to show off is like 99% of it. Anyway, so retail WoW, yeah, I might start looking to get into a guild maybe at some point to do like heroic raiding. I think it's always something that is quite intimidating, having literally no basis in retail World of Warcraft and like how it plays, because it is super different from Classic. And I do raid at a high level in Classic, high level in quotation marks. I parse well, right? But like it is different in retail, and I'm sure I'd be fine. But it's intimidating, you have no knowledge base on like gearing or how to even get into these mechanics and all the rest of it. So it would be a learning experience. But anyway, so you might have seen a few retail streams. That's why those are there. So that's WoW. I mean, everything else, obviously I've been asked about different things like Chrono Odyssey, for example. At the moment, as things stand, I'm not really interested. I didn't play Throne and Liberty, it would take a lot for a new MMO, I think. And then what else? So, yeah, there's also the idea of Crimson Desert. Again, this is going back to Prolibus IP. Crimson Desert solo RPG. I don't know. Maybe. I guess it really depends. I'm really not sure at this point in time whether that's something I'm that bothered about, but I might try it. So yeah, that's it for like big MMOs and things like that. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is coming out. And I played the other two games, and I played them on stream, and they were pretty funny. So what I usually do is name people on the stream as dinosaurs in the park, and then I let them loose, and then they fight, and we'll see who survives at the end. That's always a good time. But in general, I really like the Jurassic Park IP, but also like building parks. I think it's really fun. So the new game, that's something definitely for sure I'll pick up. That comes out after my honeymoon, as it happens. So yeah, exciting times. And then there's Pokemon Legends ZA. So you probably see a little bit of that content as well on the channel coming up. I don't have a Switch 2. I can't justify buying a Switch 2 at the moment. Again, like I said, honeymoon coming up. But eventually I might pick that up. But I don't need it. I have a normal Switch, so I'm pretty sure I can just use that for ZA and then upgrade to the Switch 2 later. So yeah, that's everything that immediately comes to mind. Let me know in the comments what you're doing. Most of you watching this video are BDO by now. There's a few old World of Tanks guys that probably still watch some things. I kind of wish Tanks was fun. I was reminiscing and getting nostalgic about some old Tanks videos a couple days ago. But I know that game is like, they really went crazy with like the way that they decided that direction was going to be, and it's not a direction I enjoyed. So, but yeah, so anyway, let me know what you're playing anyway, what you're interested in. Thanks for sticking around anyway, and hopefully I'll catch you in one of my streams or on the next video.